morning. It is what day is it? Monday, June 7th. My face is a little pudgy. I actually had a few drinks yesterday. I don't usually drink. I don't remember the last time I did. But I spent some time with some old co-workers and just it'd been a while, and it was like a random invite, and I thought, sure, I haven't hung out with them in a while, and I'm glad I did. Actually, yesterday it was all about old colleagues, old workers. I had a coffee date with one, and then the rest of the afternoon was with these two old colleagues, and just catching up because I hadn't seen them since last November, actually. And they drink. And initially I was like, no, I wasn't drinking. But then we ended up staying. I mean, I was there from, it was like, got there like at 12:30. We stayed there until 8. We stayed there until 8, and I had like, I was asking, because they drink. And I was like, no, I don't want to drink. But they were opening up. And for some people, right, it's hard for them to open up. So I indulged. I was like, all right, what is that word called? I am is it indulge? It's entertained. I was like, fine. So I'm like, well, what's a drink with the least amount of alcohol? That's what I asked the lady. And you know what she said? She's on Midori sour. So I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a Midori sour since college. Bring me one of those suckers. And that was funny because I was just like, wow, when was the last time I had a Midori sour? A girl drink. I ended up having 4. But it didn't feel like, I mean, it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me, but that's because we kept ordering fries. I mean, it really felt like a college night, right? Like a college, that's what it felt like. It felt like a college, when you're just like drinking and eating fries and like junk food, right? I'm like, I'm 40 years old. I'm too old for this. But it lent itself to a conversation that was much needed, I think. And I'm not a drinker. I don't drink really, but this situation lent itself to this person who, I mean, it was someone I worked with before, and I always felt she didn't like me. I always felt she didn't like me, and the funny thing is that I think she felt the same way about me. And so it just lent itself to a really good conversation, and how similar we really are. I've mentioned how when you open up, you connect more with people than you imagine. So, just as much as I was taking in information from her, she was excuse me, she was taking in information from me, and she has some psychic gifts too, and there was this continued validation of what I'm doing. with these videos, with this new way that I'm doing life, this continued validation of shedding light on the things that people may not want to see, and shedding light on the reality of things, and allowing space for that which was hidden to come back out, because that's really what it was. And just encouraging her to follow her intuition. And then at the same time, I'm like sharing with her my current situation with this fire sign. And the fact that he's he's willing to drive down 6 hours to see, no expectations, no, just, and it didn't click before until she said it, and it reminded me, like, oh, you're so right, like, I've forgotten about my worth, about my value. And she's just like, you deserve the best. Then she's just like, if he wants to drive down 6 hours to see you, let him. Don't do it halfway, don't, because that's what I counter offered. I'm like, I'm not gonna have you drive all the way, right? I'll meet you halfway. And she's just like, no. She's just like, let him show you. Let him show you what he's willing to do for you. And it just triggered memories of people in my past when a 20-minute drive was too much to see. Or me going above and beyond. And she reminded me, she's just like, no. Let him show you. Know what you want, she said. Make a list of what you want. And remember your worth, she says. Remember. And the moment he doesn't live up to that expectation, just let him go. And then it just came out just like, there's fear. There's fear. There's fear. There's fear that this person will live up to those expectations. I think that's what I'm afraid of. So that came out. That's what happened. That's what happened. And it's cool because she has dreams. She can foresee the future, immediate future. And I shared with her a dream that I had about our old place of work, and I told her, I'm like, it was symbolic. I realized afterwards, I was like, it was symbolic. And she's like, I knew it. When you said it, I see it. And the dream that I had was that I was in this house with this individual. And this individual had this Down syndrome baby. And it was like I was there, but I wasn't there. Like my energy was there. I wasn't physically there. And there was a storm coming. And this person was worried and was trying to go out and find the means to help this Down syndrome survive long term. That's what I dreamt. And I remember sharing this dream with that person. I'm like, I had this dream about you. And this was what happened. There was a storm coming. And I knew what it was about. And I knew who this baby was. It's symbolic. It's all symbolic. And when I shared this dream with this person yesterday, she knew. She's like, I knew what you were talking about immediately. She's like, I knew. So there's this just validation that for her it's dreams. For her it's dreams. So that there's something there, right? There continues to validate something there. And it's the stuff that we don't talk about. And we were even just talking about the kids in treatment that, we used to see. And I remember telling her, the kids nowadays, they can see through our bullshit. They can see through our bullshit. And that's why they're struggling. That's why they're struggling more now. They're struggling more now because they're in this world, in this society that's not listening to them. That is not adapting. This world is not giving them the opportunity to really shine their light. And then we have a lot of kids who are committing suicide and struggling with mental health issues when they're really not mental health issues. I was telling her, I'm like, how many of these kids are we misdiagnosing? And really, it's them having these moments of tapping into their spiritual gifts or psychic gifts, right? And I'm like, and we're misdiagnosing them, and we're putting medication, slapping medication on them that's not even meant for kids. It's not even meant for kids. And blocking them from really, tapping into that part of themselves. We both got angry. Because she totally agrees with me. She totally agrees with me. She's just like, I know. And she has a certain style with kids that, you could question if you were to think of the old way. And I'm like, no, what you're doing is great because you're cutting through the bullshit. You're meeting them where they're at and you're being real with them. And that's what they need because all the other adults in the world are closed off to that. And they could see it though. That's the hard part. It's like, that's why that's why that's happening, So anyways, I was so excited that she opened up and shared this with me, and I was so grateful that she reminded me of my value and my worth. And I'm like, I needed this. I really needed this reminder, right? And again, the funny thing is these videos that I'm posting on, right? It's just this new cycle, this old cycle ending, this new cycle starting. So I meditated, and I still saw the new cycle. It was still there, but there was something different. There was something. It was when I meditated, I saw it was the new cycle starting, and so it was like, the new cycle starting. It wasn't complete, but it was going forward. But then at the corner, top right hand corner, it felt like there was something from, like something trying to come in but being blocked, or not coming in. Yeah, it's coming in, and there was like a blockage almost, just something coming in, but and it was just in the corner, like I guess where I'm recording. It was like kind of like up to there, and it was like the waves were trying to come in, but it would like just come to a stop in the corner, the upper right hand corner. I don't know what that means. It's like a blockage or something. Yeah, just it felt like a blockage of some sort. And MJ's message is coinciding. It's matching. It's matching. Or at least I think it is. I mean, I didn't pay for like the extra stuff this month. One, because I'm not in a position to. Two, I thought, well, let me wing it. Let me see if I can trust my intuition, right? Let me see if I can just allow things to unfold. Yeah. But anyways, that was it. I just wanted to share that. I need to work out to try to release all this water retention from having drank and had fries at, it was like college. I mean, I don't do that. I don't remember the last time I did something like that, but it was nice. It was nice that we were able to open up to each other in that way, you know. I think we were both grateful and surprised because we both had that same impression of each other, that I thought she didn't like me and then she thought I didn't like her, and then when we opened up, we realized we had a lot more in common than what we thought. So if you're watching this and you know who you are, thank you for paying and for opening up, and for I feel honored to have you in my life, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and